What's going on in the world of Juventus? Who's coming? Who's leaving? First preseason game, less than a week away. Serie A campaign starts, less than a month away. Where are the defenders? Need to calm myself down. The video's just started. What's going on? Where are the defenders? That's my slogan from now on. From now up until the Serie A campaign starts. Where are the defenders? The defenders are important for Juventus, for Tudor, for my own mental health from watching this Juventus team next season with their current defenders trying to play the way they can't play. But anyways, today some breaking news came out from reliable sources, which is out of all the teams that won one of the most exciting young prospects in Italian football by the age of 18 by the name of Giovanni Leoni, Parma have come out and said, out of all the offers that we've received, Juventus' offer is the one that appeals to us the most. Now, why does it appeal to them? Is it a matter of price tag, installments, structure? What is it? Juventus have put on the table an offer, which means they put down an upfront payment. Yeah, maybe a certain percentage, a certain amount of money. But you keep Giovanni Leoni for one more season at Parma. So what do you guys make of it? So in reality, you signed the player this summer for an amount. You pay the remainder next summer. But throughout this year, Leoni stays at Parma. So it means this time next season, Leoni will officially become a Juventus player. He will be at the preseason. He will put on the shirt. But for the next 12 months, on paper, he's practically on loan at Parma from Juventus. What do you guys make of it? There's benefits. There's negatives. There's a part of me which is baffled. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Based off what I've seen on social media right before I've done this video, I feel like a lot of Juventus fans are in favor of this deal. For me, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes I like to stand out. For me, it doesn't make sense. Just like how every time I go to an Italian restaurant and he says to me, "Sir, what drink would you like?" In the back of my head, I'm like, just get a glass of water. But I always try to feel a bit more Italian. I always ask him for a San Pellegrino. I don't like San Pellegrino. I don't know what it is. It's so bitter. I get so excited when I see like the orange or like the lemonade one. First sip, I'm like, can I get a glass of water? Anyways, you see, like sometimes stuff in life, they don't make sense. When it comes to Leoni, when it comes to Parma, this is how I look at it. Who's benefiting the most from this deal? And are Juventus in a position where they can put aside their benefits for 12 more months? No, Juventus cannot put aside their benefits of having a player of the quality of Giovanni Leoni aside. When you look at it like this, Parma will be benefiting by one. They secure themselves a financial amount. Let's just say it's 50%. Juventus have to pay 50% now. So let's say 20 million. Parma earn themselves one, cash. Two, Leoni stay in for another season. And three, Leoni staying allows them to stay in the Serie A. Like, he is arguably one of their best, if not their best centre-half. In this deal, they benefit the most. Now, how do Juventus benefit? Juventus benefit by securing the services of Leoni for the future. But do Juventus at the moment have three solid centre-halves that they could rely upon? No, you don't. So yes, in the back of your head, in 12 months' time, Leoni will be here. Okay. So what about these 12 months? What about these 12 months? What about the Serie A campaign? What about the Champions League? Where are the defenders? Where are the defenders? That's a slogan. Where are the defenders? Leoni is an amazing player. And don't get me wrong, I understand when people say, keep him one more season at Parma where the pressure isn't that big. He can grow. He can continue to develop. He will be starting week in, week out. There's not much pressure on the kid. I completely understand that. I'm not sat here advocating for Juventus to sign Leoni and start him all 50 games this season. No. But Leoni has shown he's more than good enough to play 50% of Juventus' Serie A games. He's shown he's more than ready to go into battle against some of the biggest teams across Europe. This is where you test him. This is where you allow him to grow. I don't see what the benefit is to Juventus besides the fact that they beat Milan, Inter and all the other teams in signing Leoni. Juventus need defenders now, right now, for this preseason, for this Serie A campaign. If they get Leoni, send them out on loan, but they go out and sign one or two other centre-halves, no problem. No problem. No. ما فيش مشكلة. No problem at all. If Juventus sign Leoni, and that's the only summer defender, Well, in reality, you haven't signed anyone. I'll be honest with you guys. In reality, you haven't signed anyone. So that's just my opinion on the whole case. I would pay extra money, bring him now, because I can guarantee you he's going to benefit Juventus this season so much more than Kelly. Like, probably even so much more than Kalulu, so much more than Rogani. Juventus need defenders now. That touches on to the next defender, Renato Veiga. I've already made it crystal clear. In my opinion, after Juventus had signed Jonathan David, all of their attention should have gone on defenders. It should have gone on defenders. Once you get 1 or 2 defenders, then you can look at Conceição. Then you can look at Kolo Muani. Then you can look at whoever. Juventus need defenders. Where are the defenders? That's the slogan. How many times have I said it? Like 4 or 5 times. Where are the defenders? Renato Veiga is one player that I would truly love to see come back to Juventus. Now, Chelsea have made it crystal clear. Bro, Chelsea have just gone out and sold the biggest bum on planet Earth in Joao Felix for 30 million with add-ons reaching 50. Okay? That club knows how to sell. He's not going out on loan. They've made it crystal clear he is not going out on loan. We are going to sell him, and we've got clubs across the world that are willing to pay us what we want. There were talks with Bayern Munich, broken down. There were talks with Atletico Madrid. They have broken down. For me, this is God sending a message to Juventus, and he is telling them, your guy. Like, let's be real. Who put Renato Veiga on the map? It wasn't his performances at Chelsea. It wasn't his performances at Basel. He done well over there. Basel. He done well over there. Who put Renato Veiga on the map? What drove Renato Veiga's price tag to 35-40 million? It wasn't his performances in Switzerland. It wasn't his performances in South London. It was his performances in Turin. He is a Juventus player. Juventus, they need to go and get Renato Veiga. I'm telling you guys, Renato Veiga is one guy that I look at and say, with the right, when I even say right development, like for me, he's already well developed. With further developing, with further experience, Renato Veiga could truly be one of the best centre-halves in Europe because he's got it all. Now, I'm not saying he was amazing at Juventus. I genuinely feel like he was amazing up until he got that injury. When he came back, I feel like it was a shit show. It was all over the park. But he's young. Juventus needs to go out and get Renato Veiga. I'm being completely honest with you guys. 30 million for me is a steal. 35 million is a steal. 40 million, maybe we need to talk about some add-ons, some installments, okay? And the thing is, he would definitely push for this move. He would push to come to Juventus, okay? They need to be all over that deal. If Nico Gonzalez gets sold, if Kelly gets sold, no, it doesn't mean this money is now going Jadon Sancho. This money is now going to, I don't know, giving PSG a better upfront payment to get Kolo Muani on loan. No. Any money that's generated, you go and you get yourself a defender. Where are the defenders? I've said it like 10 times now. Okay? And lastly, Moretti. What do I make on the whole Moretti situation? Napoli want him. Juventus want 15 million. Napoli aren't really willing to pay that much. What do Juventus do with Moretti? Do they keep him? Do they let him go? In my opinion, you keep him because you genuinely don't lose much. And if anything, you benefit. I feel like you benefit more from keeping Moretti than you lose. You benefit by one, he's one of the lowest paid players at the club. As a midfielder, he's the lowest paid midfielder. If you want to regard him as an attacking player, he is the lowest paid midfielder, the lowest paid attacker at the club. 2, yes, in a Juve shirt, he hasn't really torn it apart. He's young. Like, let's be real. When he popped onto the scene 2 to 3 years ago, young, underdeveloped, underexperienced, rash, raw. That's why he went on loan. And in my opinion, in Genoa, he done really well. He didn't play for a Genoa team that plays on the front foot. No, he played for practically a very defensive team. He done really well, in my opinion. And you're only as good as the players around you. You're only as good as the system. Sometimes the system can hold you back. In my opinion, he's grown a lot over there as a footballer, mentally, physically, everything. Okay? Based off last season, Moretti at Genoa had a better campaign than Nico Gonzalez at Juventus. Moretti at Genoa had a better campaign than Coop Miners at Juventus. I would keep him around because he wouldn't cost you. Moretti at Genoa had a far better campaign than Douglas Luiz at Juventus. I would keep him on board because based on the past 12 months, he's shown he's more impactful. He's a better player. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, in general, Coop Miners is better. Douglas Luiz is better. Nico Gonzalez is probably better. But as of the now, Moretti for me, I don't see the reason of letting him go. I'm being completely honest with you guys. I genuinely do not see the reason. If he was on ridiculous wages, I'd be like, cash in, cash in. There's a club that wants him, cash in. We need to get his wages off the book. He doesn't cost you much. He doesn't cost you much. At least he's somebody that you could always turn around and say, there's a position for you in this 3-4-3. You're versatile. You understand the club. And I'll be honest with you guys. At least he's one person that I could comfortably turn around and tell you guys he'll give you 100% on the pitch. Yes, 100% without the quality, without the consistency, without the best of decision making. It can be frustrating. But at the end of the day, very similar to what I said about Conceição. Mentality plays a massive part. Moretti, he has the mentality. He will give you 100%. He wouldn't be nonchalant on the pitch. He wouldn't not give two shits about the club. Keep him on board. He doesn't cost you much. Keep him on board. Assess him for this 12 months. See how he does. If not, sell him next season. Because, like, genuinely, I just see more benefits to keeping him than negatives for selling him for peanuts. Yes, you sell him. Profits. But what are you really going to do with those profits? Unless you're signing defenders. If you're signing defenders, where are the defenders? Time will tell. If you're new, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on another one.